Hey, welcome back. We are going to continue in Chapter 4 in our InDesign Revealed textbook by Chris Botello. And we are going to start on page, let's see, where are we? We're going to add a column break starting on page 4-52. So we are going to first double-click page 5 icon, go to page 5, and double click that, which of course on my machine does nothing. So we're going to go here to page 5. And then we're going to delete the two text frames on page 5. We're going to click Layout on the menu bar. We're going to go to Margins and Columns. And then we're going to change the number of columns to 3. And then we're going to click OK. And you'll see that we now have 3 columns as opposed to 2, which is what we had previously. We're going to press Control D if you're on a Windows, or Command D if you're on a Mac. We're going to navigate to the drive and folder where our data files are, and then we are going to double click on Sidebar Copy. So we're going to look for Sidebar Copy, and it's a .doc file. We're going to drag the loaded text icon to create a text frame as shown in figure 92, or you'll see it in just a moment on my screen. We're going to go to Object on the menu bar. We are going to go down to Text Frame Options. We're going to change the number of columns to 3. And then we're going to click OK. And you can see what that does. That brings the type into the column structure that we had originally put in place a couple of minutes ago. Now we are going to click the Type tool, which is T. We're going to place the pointer before the W in the Windmill Speeds headline. We're going to go to Type on the menu bar. We're going to go to Insert, Break Character, and then we're going to do a column break. And that automatically breaks the column, as you'll see at that point. It's forced into the second column. Then we're going to click the W in the Windmill Productivity headline. We're going to go to Insert, Break Character. And again, we're going to click Column Break. And your page should resemble figure 93 in your textbook on page 452, or like mine on the screen. Now we're going to insert a page continuation notation. We're going to double-click page 4 icon on the Pages panel. Again, remember mine does not work, so I know you're getting sick of me saying that, right? So we're going to go here to page 4. I promise not to say it again in this one. Now what in the world? I wonder why that is. I'm just going to fix this, not because of, I wonder why it did that. Try to find the top of this column and see why it extends beyond the margins. That's going to take me a second, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm not sure why, but that text column had extended clear up here into this page layout, so I just clicked and dragged to create the column as it shows in the textbook. So now we are inserting a page continuation. We're on page 4. We're going to get the Selection tool, which is the black tool, and then we're going to click this text frame in the right-hand column, and then we're going to drag the bottom middle bounding box handle up until it snaps to the guide at 5 inches. Well, you'll see I do not have a guide at 5 inches. Maybe you have a guide at 5 inches, but I tell you we can fix that real easily. I'm going to click and drop a guide And then I am going to fill in the height at 5 inches and hit tab. And now we have a guide at 5 inches as well. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is click and drag this up till it hits that guide at 5 inches. We're going to get the type tool and we're going to create a text frame between the two guides as shown in figure 94, or as you'll see in just a moment on my screen. The edges of the two text frames should overlap slightly at the guide. Mine did not, so I am going to do that again. All right, because I can't get them to overlap without locking that frame, I don't think. I'm going to try one more time. There, we'll see if that works. We're going to click the type tool, create a text frame between the two guides as shown in figure 94. The edges of the two frames should overlap slightly at the guide, which is critical, and that's the reason why I'm spending a great deal of time with that. It's critical in order for the page continuation notation to work. So since I am in that guide already, I'm just going to arrow it up just to make sure that there's just a little bit of an overlap there, because again, we want to make sure that this page continuation works. We're going to go to Object on the menu bar. We're going to click Text Frame Options. We're going to change the vertical justification to center. And then we're going to click OK. We're going to click the Type tool inside the new text box. Mine's already there. And then we're going to type continued on page X. Anywhere, then we're going to click anywhere within that continued on page X text. And actually, I think we were also supposed to type brackets around that, so let's do that. Type anywhere here inside that little bracketed group of words, and then we're going to show the paragraph styles panel, and we're going to click the style named continued. We're going to select the letter X. We're going to go to Type on the menu bar. We're going to go to Insert Special Character. We're going to point to markers. And then we're going to click Next Page Number. The text now reads continued on page 6 as shown in figure 95 in your textbook, or as shown on my screen. We're going to click the selection tool. We're going to click the text frame above the continued text frame. Then we're going to follow that text thread to verify that the text does indeed continue on page 6. And here's the text thread, and we're going to go down here, and this is page 6. So we're going to do a Command or Control S. That's it for the skills, or for the exercises in Chapter 4. If you need some additional, get into the skills review and you're having some difficulty, need some help, be sure to either text me or email me, and I'll be happy to do another demo for you. Thanks, and see you in Chapter 5.